The greatest tool for control is not what you think it is. It's not money, it's not laws, it's not travel, it's not currency, it's not anything but one thing. Can you guess what it is? It's fear. In the midst of the latest and most deadly version of COVID that's ever been seen, here we go again. It's just nauseating. If you have any appreciation, I just did a quick search and said, what's trending in healthcare news these days? Just because I want to see what idiocracy was out there. And it came up as they're super afraid of the most deadly version of COVID yet. Once again, as soon as they get you in fear, as soon as they get you thinking about something that scares you, you might die from, you might lose a loved one from, you might lose something from, your thinking brain, your frontal cortex shuts off. Done. Peace out, gonzo. You go right into your reptilian brain. Why is that important? Because you don't have any conscious faculty. In your frontal lobe, fear shuts it off because you don't want to think in the moments of fear, because your brain says, either I have to fight for my life, I have to run for my life, I have to freeze so nobody sees me. So what do you do on a daily basis to step out of fear and into cognition, into thinking? We do these daily insights every day because my goal is to have you think about things. So you get out of the fear and you get into the rational, you get into the, what does this mean to me? What does this make sense to me in my life? How does this affect me in my world? So if you step out of fear, which is their greatest control tool, and you step into thinking, and you start doing your own fact checking, not Wikipedia or fact check or Snopes or whatever stupid tools out there that have already been bought by the government or whoever else is controlling things. You step out of fear and you think for yourself, anything's possible. And that goes for any relationship too. Like, let's just say you're afraid of a person in your life, a friend, a partner, a parent, or something like that. As soon as you say, no, I'm going to step into my thinking world brain, I'm going to write down what's important to me and what I want to say, how I want to react, and I write that down, you stay in your cognition brain, your thinking brain, into your frontal cortex, and you don't allow fear to shut it down. So it could be the pandemic on the news, it could be your kid fell down and broke something, it could be the economy, it could be anything. There are millions of things you could think about that would keep you in fear. But as long as you stay focused on what you have control under, or over, I should say, and let go of what you don't, then you stay in your thinking brain. And then you can become creative. Your thinking brain is the greatest power on this planet for creative thinking, brainstorming, problem solving, things like that. And when you stay in that brain, that's when, no matter what fear mongering, no matter what tactics they use, they cannot control you, because you're thinking for yourself and you're not being driven into your little lizard brain, which we all have in our brains, that stop us from thinking. So be active and be observant of your thoughts and write down things when you're trying to process something, instead of just doing gymnastics in your head, because ultimately you're not going to get anywhere by only keeping it in your head. As soon as you speak it into reality, then you can process it back and see what it means. If you write it down, it's even more powerful because you can read it back to yourself. That's the cool thing. So spend some time, whenever you're afraid of something, write down, like, what am I afraid of? And say, is there any validity to this? Is there any truth to this? Is the outcome I'm afraid of actually going to happen? How could I take proactive steps to thwart that, to change that, to create the reality I want to see? That's your opportunity. Step out of fear, which if you watch any news at this point, please, I'm just encouraging you to consider shutting it off, because there's nothing good coming out of there. And most of the news stations, even most of the websites, if you look at the first page of Google, which I wouldn't trust Google anyway, it's all filtered and it's all copycat journalism, and it's all the same people reposting the same crap over and over, because they want the unified message, because most people never go past page 1 on Google, which means they've got you. And if they can get enough backlinks, if they can get enough SEO, if they can get enough mentions of their articles, they stay up on the front page, and you never go anywhere else but the front page. So you're just indoctrinated. So step out of fear, get into thinking, write it down, talk to somebody about it, brainstorm how you can solve the problem, and then you'll be living free because you'll be out of fear and you'll be thinking for yourself. All right, guys, hope you're having a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.